Hello everyone, Amradorn here, and welcome back to the Ramble SMP. I hope you're having a good day today. I'm doing well. So the palisade wall is finished and the community is pretty well planned out. I've been gathering resources and I think I have everything I need to start building the longhouse. You can see over here that I've got it started. It is going to be not just be the longhouse, but it's also going to be my main storage for this area. And I think I've got it all put together. I've done a schematic. I've done a test world. I'll pull it up here. So when it's all finished, it's going to look like this large kind of, it's got kind of a Viking feel to it. It's a fairly large building, and I think it'll work pretty good. It's using dark oak planks, dark oak logs. It is using a little bit of spruce. We've got some cherry on the trim. I've even got some emerald blocks up here to kind of give it a little bit of decoration. We're using some bamboo on the windows and on the walls. So we're going to be having that. And it's going to work pretty well as a storage area. It's got an upstairs area to it that I haven't really decided on a use for, but we'll come up with something, probably extra storage. I've already started to put stuff into the chests. You can see here there's kind of the community kind of campfire thing, which is also going to double as where I've got some blast furnaces and regular furnaces to cook things up. So my primary goal for this episode is to get this building constructed. So the other thing that I'd like to get done today is I'd like to put in the sniffer paddock. You can see I need to get the roads done up and get those kind of cleaned up and kind of define the sniffer area a little bit better. And then I need to build it. I'm going to want some sort of little shelter in there. I'm going to want a kind of a nice area for them to roam around and maybe a little bit of water in there. But for the most part, it's just going to be grass. And I need to have some gates in there, and I need to have, you know, some plants and maybe some trees, a couple of trees. I think I'll go with maybe a mix of cherry and oak trees in there, just to kind of, you know, mix it up a little bit. Maybe 2 trees. So there's a lot of stuff that I want to get done today, and I'm going to need to get busy to do it. So let's dive into a time lapse and see if we can't get this storage building, this longhouse finished, and then we'll go from there. Well, as usual, I have gotten carried away with things. The longhouse is finished, so is the sniffer pen, and I built a house. Let's take a look. Alright, so, getting out here in free cam mode. Here is the longhouse, all finished. It's got a nice setup here. We've got all of our chests in here. We've got kind of a communal resting place here where folks can come in and sit by the campfire and kind of check things out. All of our storage here. Got it pretty well organized on both sides. I think there's one row here, column here. It really doesn't have a block in it, or a type of block in it yet. Got a lot of stuff here. Got all our woods, we got our stones. And for bulk storage, I think this will work out pretty good. There is an upstairs area to this, but I haven't really done much with it. I'm not sure what I'm going to use this for, but it is set up to be used for something if I so desire. There is some room here, and I think it could be useful. I'm just not sure for what yet. If I can get down the ladder here. Over here on the side of the building, we have a nice little field area here. We're just growing some wheat. I got a little bit more planting to do to kind of finish it out. I do have one of my usual bone meal machines over here. Now down here, I have a sniffer pen. Yeah, these guys. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. We can go ahead and plant these seeds and let them grow up. That's pretty good. These guys are really big. When they grow up, they are just massive creatures. And yeah, they're a bit intimidating. I mean, they look kind of like a dog. But they're huge. Looks like he's found something. This is kind of what they look like when they've actually found something. And then they like drop down to the ground and stick their head in the ground. And there we've got a pitcher pod that we can plant, which is pretty cool. Hey, watch where you're sniffing. So we've got the longhouse done, and we've got the sniffer paddock done. I've also built this little house over here, kind of using the same style as the other buildings here. It's got a nice moss roof to it, nice and cozy. Got a furnace here so we can cook. We've got a nice bed. I think this would be a really good place for a little villager. Not sure what workstation we'd put in here for him yet, but we could. With these barrels and stuff up here, he would probably try to get, he'd probably try to be a fisherman. That is one thing I need to think about. I would like to have a villager breeder over here, as well as an iron farm of some sort over here. But that means trying to get villagers from the starter area, which is about 900 blocks away over here. There aren't any real close villages to where I am at. So this is kind of where my main base is. It's eventually going to take up this whole area here. There's a village here, which is where I pulled villagers from in order to get my starter set up here at spawn. This is the shopping area here. This is the games district. So if I want villagers, I'm either going to have to transport them from my villager breeder at spawn, which wouldn't be a bad idea, because at least I could shut it down. And then, yeah, I would have to get them over to here. Or I need to find a village, and there really isn't one anywhere nearby. Really, this is the closest village. So it would almost be easier to get them from spawn, which that's, a relative term. Easy is relative in this case. But yeah, things are looking pretty good here. I'm happy with where things are settling out at the moment. I do want to get some more houses finished. I brought my camel and my horse over. I really need to get another saddle. A leather worker. That's really kind of what I need. Is I need a leather worker. Are you guys sniffing up some more flower seeds for me? I think I want to have a bit, a shop that is selling these, or I might sell these at the rock shop. I think that would be a cool place to sell some of these flowers. I'm not sure if I actually want to sell sniffers. That might be something I need to think about, though. We've got places over here for more houses. So this little village could end up in actually a pretty good size. And then after this village is finished, we'll need to decide how it's going to change at the next stage of its history. I got some trees growing up over here. Because I want a tree farm pretty soon. But it's not... A tree farm does not really fit with this style of build. We'd have to figure out how to kind of incorporate it. I'm thinking, from this we go to Greece and Rome and kind of have maybe a temple over here on this hill. Maybe the temple could double as the tree farm. I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Maybe not, because, or maybe the tree farm could be underneath the temple. That's a possibility. That is certainly a possibility that way. But with that all said and done, I think we are out of time for this episode, so I'm going to go ahead and call it here. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like button down below. If you'd like to see more, hit the subscribe button. And until next time, you guys have a good one. Goodbye.